Hi, everybody, and welcome to Know What You're Talking About. Today, we're talking about topic 6, DQ2. And unlike the other ones where I always say, oh, this isn't as complicated as it seems, this DQ really does have several moving parts. So let's unpack them a little bit and make sure we know what we're doing. So this DQ is up right here. It says Explore International Property Rights Index website. This organization scores country on their legal and political environment and how well property rights are protected. Choose 3 countries with high scores and 3 countries with low scores from their list. Then explore the CIA World Factbook website to find GDP per capita in each of these 6 countries. Based on what you find, how would you describe the relationship between property rights and GDP per capita? Why do you think that relationship exists? Okay, so let's go to the rubric here and get some guidance on how to figure this out. So here we have the rubric, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the International Property Rights Index website, and that index, that website address is right here. So let's click on that link. And we end up over here with a letter from Hernando de Soto. Let's, from there, click on countries right here at the top and wait for it to load. And now we have this wonderful, we will soon have, this wonderful list of countries in alphabetical order. And here's their score. And the higher the score, the stronger their property rights. So here we have Australia, and Australia has an 8.329 score for property rights. Now, I'll tell you right now that Australia scores better on this than the United States. They have a very high score. So let's click on this name here, Australia, and read the report to see what they like about them. Australia's score increased a little bit, placing it 3rd in the Asia and Oceania region and 7th in the world. It's classified by the IMF, and the IMF, of course, is the International Monetary Fund, as part of the Advanced Economies Group, and by the World Bank as a high-income country. Not surprising, right? So Australia's legal and political sub-index decreased. Their physical property rights decreased, but their intellectual property rights increased. And here's kind of a look at all of these things in graphic form. And here's a table with all of that. So from this, you can see that that's how these things work. And so you're going to find 3 high scoring countries and 3 low scoring countries to make the target of your DQ. Having done that, then you're going to go to the CIA World Factbook and find their GDP per capita. Now again, GDP per capita is just GDP per person. GDP per person. So you just take total GDP and you divide it by population to get GDP per capita. So click on the link, and it takes you right over there to the CIA World Factbook. Here in this drop-down menu, you're going to choose a country, and let's go with Australia again, since we're already looking at that. And we'll go down here, and we'll click on Economy, and there's their GDP per capita. It's $50,400, makes them 29th in the world. I'll tell you right now, just a little spoiler alert, that the US has a higher GDP per capita than Australia does. So you're going to look up the GDP per capita for your 6 countries. Then with that, you're going to look at that relationship between property rights and GDP per capita, and then you're going to discuss why this relationship might exist. Well, what you see in the data is going to tell you a lot, and that's going to be a big part of the answer. but it's also going to be useful to go to the textbook. So let's do that. So I'm over here at MindTap, and I'm in topic 6, since we're in week 6. And all of this is in chapter 17, clicking right there and waiting for it to load. And I'm in section 17-3F, property rights and political stability. This whole section discusses the relationship between economic growth, GDP, and property rights. So that's going to really help you as you finish up this question. So again, going back to the rubric, make sure that you have, you know, three low producing countries and 3 high scoring countries. Get the property rights index and get the GDP per capita from these 2 websites, and then discuss why that relationship between those might exist using this section of the textbook, 17-3F. And I think that all of that is going to come together and help you answer this question with a strong and interesting point of view, and I look forward to reading it. Thanks so much for being here for Know What You're Talking About.